Hi everyone, my name is Zakia. Welcome to day 2 of my 7-day yoga challenge. First, we're going to start off in a standing mountain pose. We're going to start with some neck rolls. For today's practice, we're going to be focusing on energizing ourselves and getting some movement into our bodies to start this month. While you're here, be sure to be focusing on your breathing and just rotate your neck from side to side. Next, you're going to bring your head back to center and we're going to sweep our hands up to the sky, and then we're going to slightly bend back just a little. Do what feels good in your body. If you can go back further, you can. And then we're going to forward fold. You can have a slight bend in your knees if you need to. And then we're going to halfway lift. Forward fold again. Do what feels good in your body. We're going to place our hands onto the mat and bring your feet back. And we're going to go into a plank. Next, we're going to chaturanga into an upward dog or cobra pose. If you're in an upward dog, you want to have your knees slightly lifted off the mat. Place the top of your feet onto the mat. Then we're going to curl your toes under and we're going to push ourselves up into downward dog. While we're here, we're just going to walk it out. We want to bend our knees back and forth for a little bit and stretch your hamstrings out. You can create almost a wave in your spine as you do it if you like. Do whatever feels good in your body. And while we're here, you just want to think about what brings you energy. How can you energize yourself for this month? Next, we're going to bring our right leg up to the sky. And we're going to bend that leg and bring that right leg in between our hands and the front of our mat. And then we're going to ground our back leg down. Make sure you feel balance. And then we're going to sweep our arms up to the sky. And then we're going to bring them out to the side. Next, we're going to sweep our right arm up to the sky. And we're going to go in for a nice little side stretch. And then we're going to bring our hands back down to the front of our mat. And we're going to go into a plank. And then we're going to chaturanga into an upward dog or cobra pose. And then we're going to bring it back into downward dog. And what we did on the last side, we're going to do on the left side now. So we're going to bring our left leg up to the sky and then bring that leg in between our hands in the front of our mat. Ground down. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Extend them out. And then sweep that left arm up to the sky for a nice side stretch. Next, we're going to bring our arms back down to the mat. Place your hands on the mat. Bring that left leg back into plank. And then we're going to chaturanga into up dog or cobra pose. And then back into downward dog. And then you're just going to step it forward to the front of your mat. And then you want to forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold again, and then we're just going to roll ourselves back up into a nice mountain pose. You want to make sure your feet are hip length apart. Then we're just going to focus on this present moment. Focus on our breath. Make sure you're breathing deeply. And then we're going to sweep our arms up to the sky into a chair pose. So we're going to hold it. We're going to have a slight bend in the knees. Engage your core. And we're going to hold this pose for a couple of seconds. And then we're going to forward fold, slight bend in the knees. And then you want to halfway lift. Forward fold again. Place your hands on the mat. And we're going to step or hop our way back into a plank. And then we're going to bring ourselves down to the mat into a cobra pose. Next, you're going to push yourself up into all fours. Bring your toes together, and you want to have your knees hip width apart. You're going to bring yourself down into a nice child's pose. Next, you're going to push yourself up and then bring yourself back down onto the front of your mat. You're going to push yourself up into a cobra pose and then back down. And then going to push yourself up into plank and then into downward dog. Next, you're going to bring your right leg up to the sky, bend that knee and bring it forward into the front of your mat. And then you're going to drop your back knee. And then going to place your hands on your front knee for a slight bend. And you're going to bring your head towards your knee and have your feet pointing to the sky. And then back up. Bring your hands towards your knee. Push back for a slight bend. And then forward again. Bring your head to your knee. We're just going to flow through this. We're going to do that a couple times. And then we're going to switch sides after this. So you want to do the same thing that you did with this side with the next side. So we're going to push up into downward dog. Then going to bring that left leg up to the sky. And then bring your left leg in between your hands. Place your hands on your knee. Gently push that knee forward. And then going to bring your head towards your knee. Feet pointing to the sky. And then back again. Place your hands on your knee. Gently push. And then fold forward again. And just gonna flow through these poses. And just go back and forth. Next, you want to bring your hands back to the front of your mat and bring your left leg back and push up into downward dog. And then we're just going to step our feet to the front of our mat and we're going to forward fold. And then we're going to roll our bodies up into a mountain pose. Now we're just going to take a couple breaths here. We're going to bring ourselves back into this present moment. And we're going to focus on breathing deeply. Then you want to inhale, sweep your hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold again. hands on your mat, step your feet to the back, and then going to place the top of your feet onto the mat, push up into upward dog, and then into downward dog. Bring your right leg up to the sky, bring that leg forward in between your arms. Sweep your arms up to the sky. You want to make sure your hips are forward in this pose, and your front and back leg should be facing forward. Then you're going to place your left hand on the mat. Bring your right arm up to the sky for a side stretch. Place your right arm back onto your mat. Bring your right leg back. And we're going to go back into downward dog. And then we're going to do the same with the other side. So bring that left leg up. Bend it forward and into the front of your mat. Ground yourself. When you're grounded, you want to sweep your arms up to the sky. Imagine you're holding a ball in between your hands. And then you want to place your right arm onto the mat. Bring your left arm up to the sky. And then back onto your mat. We're going to go into a cobra pose. And then we're going to finish here in a gentle child's pose. Thank you for showing up today. Namaste.